Hey, this is Gridden from We With Lives, and you are listening to the Escape Podcast. This show was recorded in front of a live Twitch audience. Now, if I may be so bold for a little bit of hashtag shameless self-promotion, as soon as this show is over tonight, come on over to the Gridsy session on Galactic Legend Hynesy's Twitch channel. Even Doja Fett himself said publicly that this is an episode you do not want to miss, and I can only echo that, my friends. You do not want to miss tonight's episode. For now, however, take it away, boys.
One is a Grand Arena specialist from the UK. The other is a territory battle tactician from the US. Together, there are no signs of intelligent life on board. But with both having decades of hosting experience under their belt, the one thing we are sure of is you will be entertained. This is the Escape Podcast, a weekly look into the mobile game Star Wars: Galaxy of Heroes. Live from the Nerdy Network studios of Yavin 4, here are your hosts, Neil Andrew Eyre and Paul Anthony.
Coming up on this week's edition of the Escape Podcast.
It's Breaking News Day.
Oh, yes, it is, Nev. CG are doing interviews today.
I wonder what content bombs that SB Crumb is going to drop today.
Well, we've got Bob here to keep us informed of any breaking news, so don't worry.
The show goes on with the usual speculation from Thad.
Story time today will be speculation from our very own resident SWGOH style Mike Zero.
Oh boy. I wonder what it'll be considering that trailer is rattling around in his brain.
We're going to have a guest from the community during this week's incoming transmission.
Yes, they are a member of the SWGOH community that you found while discussing the usefulness of certain Zetas, right?
It makes a nice little change now, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. It'll be nice to have a conversation live with a community member.
The latest episode of Dickie and the Noob plays again tonight for those that might have missed it last week.
Then Jigabachi joins us to get jiggy with Jigabachi.
And I'm sure we'll have a few things to say about any breaking news if it's dropped while we are live.
All this and breaking news as and if it happens.
Happy birthday, Nev, right here on the Escape Pod Cast.
The Escape Pod Cast News.
Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of the Escape Pod Cast. I'm your host, Nev, and as always, I'm joined by my hetero life partner, Paul Anthony. Paul, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well, Neil. It is an exciting day, as the open alluded to. We are standing by for some breaking news if it comes out ahead of time. But I think they're going to be good, and I think the breaking news will happen afterward, after 10:30, when we hand it over and raid Galactic Legend Hynesy.
So, oh yes, because he's got some special guests, hasn't he, today?
He does. He's got Crumb and Doja and friends, is what he said. So Crumb, Doja, and friends appear on the Gridsy session tonight. Bob, I'm going to turn on your RSS feed. Make sure that you monitor the forums in case something comes up.
Can do. I've been running analytics all week, getting ready for this, so we'll have it. If there's any breaking news, we'll let you guys know.
All right.
I got you.
Sounds good.
I do know Ranger is one of those friends.
Ranger is one of the friends.
Ranger will be on, yes, because I was talking to Ranger last night, and he hasn't got a clue. He's like, I'm kind of scared because, you know, you could be having a conversation and then all of a sudden SB Crumb just drops a content bomb and you're like, what? No warning, no consideration, just drops it. It's like, oh, by the way, we're putting this in the game. And you're like, what? Yeah, so it should be something interesting. Expect SB Crumb bombs at some point on someone's stream tonight.
It's gonna be interesting. So, are they anywhere else, or are they just on Gridsy tonight?
I'm pretty sure it's just the Gridsy session on Hynesy's channel, which is Twitch.
Yes.
So, as you can imagine, everybody is trying to get their live streams out of the way, like right now. There is a massive congestion on Twitch at the moment because everybody's like, do I want to do my stream while Doja and Crumb are on the on Hynesy's channel, or do I just want to get it out of the way now so I can sit back, chill, relax, and wait for the SB Crumb bombs? Because I think that's what everybody's doing at the moment.
Yeah, well, we're absolutely we love to see the fellow streamers having some fun and playing, because we put the show on YouTube, on Spotify, iHeartRadio, all the podcast platforms, wherever fine podcasts are found. So it's not not everybody watches live, and we understand that and we appreciate it, but we will bring you information as we see it. So Neil,
this is just one of those days, isn't it? It's just one, on a previous occasion it was us.
Yes.
With Crumb and Doja. On this occasion, it's somebody else. They are sharing the love, spreading the love.
Well, nearly 3 years ago, it was Scotty and I with the Carrie interview.
Mm-hmm.
So it's good to see everybody getting the love. That is what we asked for. Thank you, Dickie Darkside, for the subscription. Also, thank you, Dr. Feelgood, coming in during the intro with a 24 month streak. So that tells me that we have been an affiliate for 2 years. This is our 2-year affiliate celebration. So huzzah.
Huzzah. Yes.
So Neil, where do you want to start this week?
Wherever you fancy. I'm not that fussed.
I guess the big thing right now would be the fact that they're looking at the TIE Echelon. We called it so long ago. Not so long ago. I shouldn't say so long ago. It was what, 2-3 weeks ago when the kits were revealed.
Yeah, kit reveals.
That the Echelon could take out the lower end Executors, but definitely will be taking out Get 2 Fleet. It will be on par with the Malevolence. It will be on par with the what is that called? Negotiator.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it's to see that it is doing as well as it's doing is not a surprise.
Mm-hmm.
They said
mine's only 2-star and I haven't tried it, so I have no idea how good or bad it is.
Hi, Hero Table Hollows. We're aware of reports of the TIE Echelon and the First Order Fleet's PvP performance versus Executor-led fleets. The team is in the midst of investigating if there are any balance issues, and if so, if these warrant any changes to either the Executor or the TIE Echelon, or other potential solutions. We have not made any decisions as to whether action needs to be taken, but we'll inform you in advance if there are any upcoming changes as a result of the investigation. I don't know what they would change with the Executor itself to make any difference on this. And also the video that I saw of a First Order fleet winning, it didn't do it handily. It got blown up. The finalizer got blown up.
Yeah.
It won by the skin of its teeth.
Yeah. Which is what most malevolence counters do. When a malevolence counter does beat a Executor, it does it by the skin of its teeth, literally by the skin of its teeth. So I don't see why anything else should be getting nerfed when they haven't even contemplated nerf. If they didn't want anything to counter the Executor, they would have nerfed or stealth nerfed the Malevolence squad, but they didn't. They didn't, you know, and that beats Executor up to and including 7 stars. All right, so
I have not seen
nerfing the TIE Echelon just because the fleet can beat Executor makes absolutely no sense whatsoever.
I have not seen a Relic 9 Piet be beat by Malevolence, though. I've seen 8, you know, as you have to have them for it, but I have not seen a Relic 9 happen. So, and also another thing about the video that we saw, maybe other people found other videos, but the one video that I saw of the Finalizer fleet winning, they were totally pimped out with the exception of 5-star Echelon. And the mods sucked on the Executor fleet. So I don't
exactly. Yeah.
I don't think anything's coming of this. People shouldn't get their hopes up or be up in arms. But the Echelon itself, if you went crazy, if you went, you know, and chased it to 7, you're not getting anything back. I don't think that you should get anything back. Of course, once again, this is going to get another one of those little downvotes and people are going to be up in arms, but this is still a darn good fleet that now is even more powerful than it was. So
yeah, if you put enough relic levels on a fleet, it'll take out the Executor. If you've got an all relic, if a perfect example would be an all relic rebel squad, all relic 7 rebel squad. If you've got Bistan, if you've got Cassian's U-wing, and if you've got both the U-wings relicked, high relics, they will take out an Executor because the rebel fleet, with it being fast enough and with it being strong enough, will take out that. It will smash through that hound's tooth and make mincemeat of it inside of the first 60 seconds. And then all you've got to do with the rest of your rebel fleet is clean up because nobody else is. Well, you don't really care if anything else taunts. I mean, you know that Boba Fett's going to come in, but as long as he doesn't come in before they've activated their bounty, their contracts, it's going to get hit because it's always been squishy. All of the bounty hunter ships are squishy. So if you can get the hound's tooth out of the way, I myself have done it with with rebel fleets. I have taken out Executors with rebel fleets. So it is possible if certain ships and certain abilities and certain characters at certain relic levels, it is doable. Right. It is very, very, very doable.
Darth Timothy Wolfpack says Malevolence beats Relic 9 all the time. Okay. I stand corrected in that. I have not seen it, but maybe I haven't watched enough on that
Paul,
front.
you're frozen.
Your Zoom is frozen. Your video's frozen on Zoom.
It's okay. I appreciate you. I'll fix that in just a moment.
Yeah, Malevolence. Malevolence beats R9 all the time. I would agree if all of your crew are relicked, high relics. You know, so your Grievous is going to have to be relicked, and your 3 Geos are going to have to be relicked. Because, just Gear 12 with 6E mods ain't going to win. It's not going to win. It does not win. I've seen, here's the thing. Loki has a Relic 7. His GG's Relic 8. But the rest of his Malevolence fleet, ergo the counter, which also obviously includes the TIE Fighter pilot, they're all Relic 7. And I've seen him struggle. But he usually does it because his entire Malevolence squad are Relic 7. And that's why he puts his Executor on defense, because he knows that his Relic 7 Malevolence fleet with a Relic 8 GG is going to beat an Executor. But Gear 12s, they're not going to beat an R9. They're not even going to beat an R8 or an R. They're just not. And I've been there many times on multiple accounts. Doesn't work. It's 50-50.
Salacious Dumb says, still here listening to this mindless, senseless gibberish. Well, we're doing what we can. We appreciate the support, Salacious Be Dumb. We appreciate you a lot. So, I mean, do you think that there should be any, if they nerf it in any way, should there be a refund of anything, or is it you went and paid you for the item and you're stuck with it? What are your thoughts, Neil?
It depends what you spend. If you spend on it because it has a chance of beating an Executor, people who are competitive in GAC might think to themselves, well, I can get them like 50 to 70% of the time with my Malevolence. So if I've got this first order, it'll be good for cleanup. So people
cleanups on Executors are always much easier.
Yes, but if you're trying to mitigate the squads that you use for the cleanup, so you don't want to use another one of your A teams, your full, and I'm talking about a 7 fleet squad, okay? If you can use the 5 Malevolence ones with the TIE Fighter, right? So that's a 6, and you can use the 6 that go with the First Order, then that saves your A teams for whatever the second fleet is. That's what I'm saying. If money was of no object, I'd be thinking, yeah, get that ship, because then I can use Malevolence and First Order on Executor, and that saves my 2 remaining best fleets in the event I have to double tap the second fleet. So say somebody puts down a Galactic Republic, all Relic 8 Galactic Republic, right? Odds are you're probably going to need a couple of taps on that. And it's nice to have 2 A teams, 2 full A teams to be able to hit that, as opposed to 1 full A team and then, some mixed teams, and risk losing it. So I can definitely see a very, very, very small section of the whales and the krakens going nuts on it just to make fleets easier in GAC. But if they nerf it, they're going to be pissed. They're going to be like, I spent money on this specifically to make my fleets better and easier in GAC. You've nerfed it. I've already spent the money on it. Give me my money back.
So Dickie Darkside says, my fear is that if they buff the Executor in response and the Malevolence counter gets nullified. I could totally see that.
Oh, God.
First time chat from a Qui-Gon Jinn. Thank you for chiming in. They say, all these needs lately have made me stop spending money. Still love the game, but I think it's just better to slow farm and not stress. I'm a collector. I'll take things to 5-star and then farm the rest of the way. And I'm quite happy with that. So I understand that, Qui-Gon Jinn. We totally understand that. And Darth Timothy Wolfpack says, I don't think that they will refund it. I have a 7-star and don't expect or want a refund. So, what? Timothy, I'd love to pick your brain on what you are, how you are using the the Echelon. Are you using it right off the bat, or are you using it as the first reinforcement instead of bringing in the First Order TIE Fighter, not the SF? The SF is the one that I always put on the battlefield right away. I used it just recently when I was doing ships this past GAC, this past round, where I won out of, I don't know how I did it. but I enjoyed bringing it in as a reinforcement. So it was quite nice. It was 4-star when we joined. The chase ended just as I 5-starred it. So it's sitting there at 4-star right now.
Mine's at 2. I didn't bust a gut. Plus, I was starting to hoard. I hoarded my cantina to 1,000, so it's sat at just over 1,000, and it will continue to sit at just over 1,000 until the double drops kick in, because I'm definitely taking advantage of the double drops. So I missed a couple of days just clocking up the cantina to 1,000, because you can't go over 1,000. Once you hit 1,000, it won't let you buy any more packs.
You can't buy any more packs, but you can certainly receive energy from your daily. That is very true. So, and those double drops, when were they again?
Is it 14th to the 18th or something?
Yeah, I'm double.
Let me look real quick for you guys.
Thank you, Bob. Yeah, it's by the way, that'll be in the
AI. Come on,
that'll be in the data mine room on SWGOH events. It doesn't feed to the show prep room. Timothy says, I have actually not had a chance to fully test it, but I've seen reinforcing with it and starting Special Forces TIE Pilot, which I do. It crushes Rebels and Empire now. I've always use my first order when I see a Rebel team, and even without the Echelon, it tears through them. That Millennium Falcon is gone before it even takes a turn.
Yeah, I'm not concerned with the 2x0 being 0, because I'm only hoarding on the cantina. Obviously, it's double drops across the board, fleet and light side and dark side and cantina and mods. I'm only hoarding on the cantina simply because I'm farming for Kyle Katarn and Dash Rendar and for Talon. And I'm buying them in 10s. I'm buying them in, so there's no risk of, I've seen like 1s and 2s from 10 sims on Cantina. I have seen them that low. I've never seen a 0 on 10 sims. So I'm not concerned about 2x0 being 0 there. I'm more concerned with, just getting a bunch of 2s or 4s that only double up to 4s and 8s.
Well, here's another thing, Neil. When people say 2x0 still equals 0, I tell them that 2x5 still equals 10 as well. So, as you say, I'm not too concerned.
So, real quick, it's the 14th to the 18th.
14th through the 18th. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, so I was right. 14th to the 18th. Yeah. Don't get me. I'm going to burn through that 1,000. As soon as those double drops go live, I'm going to burn through that 1,000 straight away. It's just the fact that I will have 1,000. I'm going to have what? 160, 320, 640 plus the 320. I'm going to have 60, between 60 and 70, just off that 1,000. Right. So if I hit 5 on each of them, they'll double up to 10. Okay. So if I can get like 70 shards, between 50 and 70 shards, I'll be happy with that, because that is a really, really good, because my Kyle Katarn is in 6 stars at the moment. If I can finish Kyle Katarn, that would make me so happy. Yeah, because then I can move on to Darth Talon. Kyle Katarn, that's it. He's done. Sat on the Mon Mothma team. I can move on to Darth Talon for my Darth Revan team. Dash Rendar is going to be the last one I do, because I haven't put him on a squad with anything really. So.
Oh my gosh, Rendar! I think Rendar is the best one. We'll talk about that. But Neil, here's a trivia question for you that I already know the answer to, Bob. Don't worry about that. Other than the anniversary of the game and May 4th, what's the last time that CG gave us double drops? Do you remember? We'll have the answer coming up after this break right here on the Escape Pod cast.
Chatbot in HotUtils is one of the most comprehensive tools for Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes.
With integration into the super useful mod tool Grand Ivory, HotUtils can help you tackle some of the most difficult aspects of the game.
Not sure how to mod your roster for a certain game mode?
Use one of the many filters that automatically assigns the right mods to the right character in accordance with your guild needs.
Now with the digital features that can assist you and your guild officers in territory battles and territory wars, HotUtils is an amazing value.
And don't forget the useful tools for yourself in Grand Arena, like the in-depth and customizable compare feature.
Got multiple accounts like Neil, but not the time to remod them all?
With this one-stop utility, you can switch between your alts and never miss a mod upgrade or a mod switch before locking into GAC or Territory Wars.
Starting at just $5 a month, you don't want to miss out on these great tools.
HotUtils is the new official remodding service for the Escape Pod. Cast.
Visit HotUtils.com to learn more. That's HotUtils.com. And go ahead and spice up your Galaxy of Heroes experience.
Podawans, be sure to support the shows brought to you on the Escape Podcast Twitch and YouTube channel by becoming a Patreon. For as little as $2 a month, you can support us and get a little extra for yourself. With tiered rewards, including access to Shitty Bill's Arena tracking bot, after-show access, inclusion in the GA Center leaderboards, behind-the-scenes access, and much more. There is something for everyone on our Discord server. Head on over to Patreon, that is patreon.com/The Escape Pod, and sign up today. Thank you for supporting and listening to the Escape Podcast.
Welcome into the Patreon leaderboard, brought to you by the Patreons of the Escape Podcast. And if you are not a streamer and would like to be on GA Center and be ranked like in GA Center, join Patreon at patreon.com/The Escape Pod at the Kyber Combat level or higher, and join us and have some fun just like these guys. D goes 1-2, 32-69 with 28 wins, 6 losses, and 2 holds. Dark Helmet goes 2-1, 46-58, 36 wins, 11 losses, 8 holds. That's a very, very good start for Dark Helmet. Dr. Jojo surprisingly goes 1-2. He says, oof, 1-2. Round 1, Slog versus a bigger account I previously beat. Trapped him with JMK in the back. Round 2, I faced a sociopath with an R9 Gamorrean guard. He dropped 3 battles and lost by 25 banners. Round 3, he faced a former Kyber champion. He asks, did you know that Droidica gives 10% turn meter every opponent move? I didn't, and it cost me the match, his quote. As he wasted his Zam Omicron on the mall, had to burn CLS for the cleanup, and then had nothing to beat the gas on the back wall, whereas he couldn't beat his JML, but was way more efficient. But rare 1-2 for Dr. Jojo. Force Strong goes 2-1, 2,244 banners, 20 wins, 0 losses, 2 holds. Almost a triple crown for Force Strong. If he would have got probably that one more win, he probably could have won out 3-0. Hot Sauce, last month's champion, 2-1, 42-32 with 36 up, 21 down, 18 holds. Not as many as 24 for Dr. Jojo, but still 18 holds. Not bad. Sephiranus says 2-1, solid wins, but I completely flubbed round 3 that was completely winnable. He goes 32-04 in the banner department, 25 wins, 7 down, 1 hold. Let's take a look at the big board. Now, Hot Sauce to Dark Helmet. During the first week, we go by skill rating. So, Hot Sauce does have the advantage right now with a skill rating of 40-16, and Dark Helmet at 37-35, Force Strong at 31-82, and Sephiranus at 29-13. All went 2-1. Great job, guys. Proud of you. Dr. Jojo and D, still proud of you guys. You guys are doing all right. Looking forward to seeing what you guys do coming up next week. We're going to see this whole board shake up. I can already feel it. It is a very, very interesting week of Grand Arena. Once again, if you guys want to join this leaderboard, join at patreon.com/The Escape Pod at the Kyber Combat level or higher, and join us just like on GA Center Thursdays on the Escape Podcast Twitch channel. We'd love to see you. Be nice to each other, damn it. We'll be right back.
We want you. Join the GAC chain gang today. This is the commander of the 506 Procrastination Battalion and the leader of the GAC chain gang. I am sending out a call to action for any SWGOH content creators on Twitch who would be willing to broadcast their GAC attack rounds alongside some of our best, including Mr. Jigabachi, Dr. Zeppers, Rico 1982, and the Bounty Honeys. What is the chain gang, you ask? We are an amazing group of content creators who are dedicated on streaming the Grand Arena Championship attack rounds on Twitch. The idea is to provide continuous content back-to-back from one streamer to the next and allow viewers to enjoy more SWGOH content, as well as enjoy the variety of streamers that are currently present in the group. If you are interested in joining the chain gang, please reach out to myself on Discord at AndyB's #7465, or you can send us a message on our Twitter page at ChainGAC. Join us today. We have your back.
You're listening to the Escape Pod Cast.
Welcome back to the show, ladies and gentlemen. It's the second segment, so we're going to talk some more.
All right, so let me clarify. Before the break, I said, when's the last time that they did double drops? Yes, they did double drops in many different things, but I'm talking across the board. Do you remember the last time that they offered double drops across the board, Neil? The answer is the last time that they announced or had, were encouraging farming for a galactic legend.
All right, okay.
I'm feeling that tonight on the Gridsy session, that if everything's coinciding together, an announcement of a galactic legend is going to happen tonight, because they pushed out the farm quickly after that.
I don't think that we're getting Galactic Legends. I think they're going to take a break from Galactic Legends this year. They did. They mentioned that it wasn't cryptic, but they did say something about Galactic Legends being done for now in a State of the Galaxy, not a road ahead, but a State of the Galaxy. And I just think that we're going to get a bunch of short events. They'll release some characters, 4 or 5 characters. If they do 4, it'll be like, right, take all of these to Relic 5, and then you can go for this event. Or, a classic legendary, like the last one that they did with BAM, requiring the 5 Mandalorian characters in order to go for BAM. Nice little things like that. Because they're good money earners. Not everybody wants to go for a GL, but legendaries, they're good little money earners. It's $300 to $500 a pop per character, and then you get the legendary character. So, for the whales and the krakens, that's, quite a lot of money to spend in order to get a new legendary character or a Legends event style character. And I just think that that's the way that, CG and EA are going to, look at it moving forward.
Well, Qui-Gon Jinn chimed in again saying Onaka. And I'm going to repeat what I said in the chat. If I didn't get the Hondo Onaka scoop, if I didn't get the reveal of Hondo Onaka, Neil, you're going to have to find a new co-host.
Okay. Bob, I know you're only artificial intelligence, but if we ever get the technology to put your intelligence into a corporeal form, there you go.
Well, I didn't want to tell you guys, but the reason I'm here is to infiltrate and get in to become the co-host. So someday it will happen.
You'd have to remove Thad first before you Thad owns the throne. He's the successor if Neil or I kick it. So
my eyes on him too. It's been for a while. I even got one on his show to build the relationship, and I'm watching you, nerdy.
So
yeah, I just think I'm relatively certain that there was something in the last State of the Galaxy where they kind of they almost conceded that they were going to have a breather on the GLs for now.
Bob, take a look for that. Check State of the Galaxies to see if GLs have been put on the thing, quote unquote, for now. So
yeah, I just here's the thing, that there is so much that you have to do in order to get a GL, that 2 GLs a year, it just takes up so much time in the game in order to do it. They've got to drop a bunch of marquees, and then they come up with a bunch of requirements for characters that most people already have. And then it's like this to relic level, that to relic, that to relic, that to relic, farm these few characters. It's boring. It's dull. There's not much excitement in it, but if you're doing these Legends events, or if you're doing legendaries, you're introducing 5 new characters in order to get a 6th, or 4 new characters in order to get a 5th. That's fun and that's exciting. Not everybody is going to buy those characters, with the exception of the whales and the krakens, because the whales and the krakens know, hey, this new character is probably only going to cost me a few $100. Getting a new GL is going to cost me a few grand, you know, and only the alpha consumers, you know, the Leviathans as opposed to the Krakens, will think, well, I've got everything else at Relic 9. I must have that at Relic 9, you know, because think about it in Kraken and whale terms, right? A Kraken and a whale has already got most of their roster at a high Relic level. So CG ain't going to make any money on those characters. So, oh, you need this at 6 and this at 5 and this at 7. Krakens and the whales have already got those characters at that. So they're only going to make money on the 2 or 3 marquees that they bring in for a GL. And that's why I think that they're going to like leave GLs just for this year. GLs will be back next year, but they'll leave GLs for this year because the fastest way to make money is legendaries and that wonderful legend event that we had at the end of last year.
All right. I pulled up Discord in a browser instead here because I want to take a look at the list of packs that are coming. These were all posted yesterday and today. We've got the packs called Commander of the Executor, of course, Piet, Ship Bundle 5, Rebel Fleet Bundle, Enhanced Ability Materials, Bronzium Ship Ability Material, Tactical Ability Materials, Lord Vader Chase, interesting name there, Jedi Master Luke Faction, Erodium Omega Materials, Sith Eternal Emperor Chase, Jedi Master Kenobi Chase, and a Reign of Boba Bundle. Of course, these are all data mined as titles of packs. The double drops that we're talking about was data mined as well. And the rest of the ones, Bad Batch, Chance Bundle, and all the rest all look like they're gear ones. But Reign of Boba Bundle, and it is the one that piqued my interest, along with Rebel Fleet Bundle on top of Commander of the Executor.
Okay, so what do you think the significance of that is then?
So Reign of those two things are the speculation of what could be revealed tonight. And we're talking about what could be revealed tonight because EA has hyped this Gridsy session since the 8th. They've hyped it for 4 days. So, I mean, it's huge that it's going to come out. You know, they don't post ahead of time except for they did the Speed Grand Arena with us. They've done other, you know, upcoming events like their charity events. I mean, so the Reign of Boba Bumble, I can't even talk. Reign of Boba Bundle, I could point towards more, you know, Dad Bod Boba shards getting out there. but Rebel Fleet Bundle on top of the Commander of the Executor, Dickie Darkside's been saying that he's calling that it's going to be Red 5. So we might finally see an answer to Executor in the fact that Red 5 would be added to a Rebel fleet.
2023. It's not going to happen this year. Red 5 is going to be the reward for a Death Star ship raid, which will be released in 2023. I think that was the primary reason why they mothballed the ship raid that they were working on back in 2019. Because they were working on a ship. They have a mothballed ship raid that they can return to at any time. The only problem is there's not really a lot of ships. So this year, 2022, they give us a boatload more ships. And then when they do a ship, when they do actually finally get round to a ship raid next year, people will have the roster to put forward 5 or 6 full squads in against a ship raid. And just like you get your GK and your Han and your Treya shards for completing it and finishing, 1 to whatever, you'll get your Red 5 shards. That's what will happen. That's what I've been saying that's going to happen since 2019. So that's what I think is going to happen. They're going to save it for the anniversary of Return of the Jedi.
Qui-Gon Jinn says, I want a Rancor on my squad that synergizes with Boba. New tag is Creature, given to Wampa as well. And they finally get the neutral tags.
I mean, there's definitely the ability to do it with creatures. That's for sure. It would be interesting. It would be very, very interesting. I mean, they'd have to make it a whole new game mode. They talked about vehicles, if you remember. Back in 2018, there was some murmurings back in 2018 that they were going to do vehicles, and then nothing ever came from it. Just nothing came from it.
Yeah, Bob, have you found anything on pause on Galactic Legends for now?
No, I read the State of the Galaxy. I didn't get much past that. I'll check to see. Maybe next week we can reiterate on it. But
all right.
This was not with, we aren't going to do any GLs, we're taking a pause on them. It was the mention of GLs, and that there was going to be some breathing room, some breathing room before the next load of GLs. That was what, and I just interpreted that as, okay, this is clever. This is a good idea. It makes good financial sense to do this and just introduce new characters that the whales go nuts on, as opposed to introducing a GL where there's only going to be 2 or 3 characters tops. And that's that the Krakens and the whales spend on, because they're going to have everything else that is required for that GL already relicked. And that's what I'm talking about. A legendary is 5 new characters. You go nuts on those and you get another character, and then you go nuts on that. The Legends event, that's what it was called, the Legends event.
It was called the Legends event, yes.
And I'm pretty sure that we're going to get, I mean, the Legends event was probably a huge money spinner for them. Everybody went.
Yeah.
Everyone went nuts on that. So they are definitely going to do that again, because they'll be like, oh, we really, really need seven digits in our. We really could do with 7 digits this quarter. Oh, well, we could do another Legends. Brilliant. Drop a Legends event, please. Please drop a. But yeah, so I'm just thinking of it from a monetary point of view, because that's what the bean counters do. It's what can we introduce to the game that is fun, but is also going to make us a lot of money. And I just don't think GLs, a GL now or this year, is going to make EA as much money as 3, 4, or 5 legendary events.
So I don't want to steal any thunder from Storytime with Uncle Thad. But maybe, we've gotten the start of an Inquisitorious faction.
Oh, that's definitely going to be a legendary.
And we got the release of the Book of Boba trailer. Or not Book of Boba. We got the Kenobi trailer. And we saw the Grand Inquisitor. We
saw a Grand Inquisitor.
Okay, we saw a Grand Inquisitor, but
a Grand Inquisitor.
Nonetheless, with the fact that we now know that a Grand Inquisitor is coming to the game, or is not coming to the game, is coming to Kenobi, and we know that the Inquisitorious faction is a thing in this game, I'm thinking that it's all going to boil down to the new Grand Inquisitors.
Well, I mean,
not Grand Inquisitors. You know what I mean.
Getting 5 Inquisitors and then a legendary event for a Grand Inquisitor does make sense.
That's what makes the most sense.
It really, really does make sense. We've got 2. They'll give, because here's the thing, right? If the Grand Inquisitor was a GL, right, it would be a bunch of characters that are already in the game. So we're talking Phoenix, right? Anybody that crossed the path of the Grand Inquisitor. Whales and Krakens are going to have all of those characters already. They just won't have the Inquisitor.
But put out relic packs, and they're gonna make it rain for these relic packs.
Yeah, but the Whales and the Krakens would do that on a larger group of characters in order to get a legendary, as opposed to fewer in order to top up the requirements for a GL. I mean, look at the Lord Vader ones. Everything was already there, with the exception of, what was it, the Bad Batch?
Yeah.
Right? C was...
How many people do you know with Relic Phoenix, though? Everybody usually puts Phoenix on the shelf once they're 11 or 12.
Most normal people do that. Whales and Krakens don't. Whales and Krakens will take those bad boys to maybe 1, 2, or 3 because they've got, they're alpha consumers. The alpha consumers will have Relic Phoenix. They just won't be using them.
Let me actually look this up, because in preparation of this, of our guest that's actually coming up in a little bit, I actually wanted to see the relic levels of things. So I'm going to go Hera.
Why are you doing that? We have AI for that.
No, I pulled this up because I wanted to have a little fun. There's only 1,032 Relic 1 Heras.
Out for consumers.
Okay, so actually I apologize. I have that wrong here. Let me scroll down to Hera. There are 10,470 Relic Heras.
There you go.
Let's go look at Zebul. Let's go look at Zeb.
Yeah, don't bother looking at Ezra, because a lot of people do Ezra. A lot of people did Ezra to go with JKL when JKL first came out.
There's only 5,640 Relic Zebs.
There you go.
Let's look.
It's a lot of. It's that it's still in the thousands, and that's what I mean.
3,525 choppers.
Mm-hmm.
Let's look at Sabine. For Sabine, 9,200.
Because she's
Mandalorian. 9,248. So, I mean, Dickie Darkside says Hera is actually the number 2 Territory War Omicron ability. With Dad Bod Boba, I would disagree. Now, Neil, I want to like play another little bit of. Do you know who's the most relic character of all? Who would you think?
Probably it's either CLS or Vader.
It's Vader.
Had to be one of those two.
CLS comes in at number 7.
Well, wow. Okay, I would have put CLS and Vader obviously is number 1. I still would have put CLS in the top 5. That's strange. Interesting.
Vader, then Jedi Knight Revan, General Kenobi, Grandmaster Yoda, Palpatine. That's your top 5.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of your top 10 is Darth Revan, CLS, Jedi Knight Anakin, Padme, and then Ahsoka.
Yeah.
Original Ahsoka.
Yeah, well, she's awesome in Jedi teams, and she's got a ship. So you get Anakin's the same. There's a lot of twofers. There's a lot of twofers in that list. Characters that are good as characters, standalone characters, but they also have ships. So you don't mind taking them to relatively high relic levels.
So let's minus the 9th sister. I want to see if you can get all 10 of these, and then we're going to go to break, and I'll tell you the reason, we'll reveal the reason why, coming up here, why we talked about relic levels and all that. Who are the bottom 10?
The bottom 10 characters in the game?
The bottom, yeah. What are the bottom 10 characters to be taken to relic?
Oh, right. Well, Cup's definitely going to be 1.
No.
Cup is not in the bottom.
Oh, I'm
10.
sorry. He is number 10. He is number 10.
Right. Okay. So I would go with Cup, probably the what's that Jedi Guardian?
There you go. That was your incorrect answer. Jedi Knight Guardian is 11th.
Jedi Elf, because she's got pointy ears. So yeah. Oh God. Gamu.
Gamorrean Guard
Lobot.
is actually not in the bottom 10.
Lobot
is. Yep, Lobot is.
Lobot would be.
So I'll give you the 10-1 here. Coruscant Underworld Police, Tusken Shaman, Urororor, Eathkoth, Hoth Rebel Soldier.
Oh wow.
Bodhi Rook, IG-86, Ugnaught, and the least relic character, Mob Enforcer. Only 182 people have Mob Enforcer relict.
Yeah, and those, the majority of those people are going to be the alpha consumers that have already relicked everything in their roster.
Yeah. So, the reason why I checked all this relic data is that there is only one person that has a Relic 9 Nute Gunray. And we're going to be talking to them coming up in just a moment about Zeta placement. So stick around, guys. We'll be right back after these messages right here on the Escape Pod cast.
HotBot in HotUtils is one of the most comprehensive tools for Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes.
With integration into the super useful mod tool Grand Ivory, HotUtils can help you tackle some of the most difficult aspects of the game.
Not sure how to mod your roster for a certain game mode?
Use one of the many filters that automatically assigns the right mods to the right character in accordance with your guild needs.
Now with additional features that can assist you and your guild officers in territory battles and territory wars, HotUtils is an amazing value.
And don't forget the useful tools for yourself in Grand Arena, like the in-depth and customizable compare feature.
Got multiple accounts like Neil, but not the time to remod them all?
With this one-stop utility, you can switch between your alts and never miss a mod upgrade or a mod switch before locking into GAC or Territory Wars.
Starting at just $5 a month, you don't want to miss out on these great tools.
HotUtils is the new official remodding service for the Escape Pod cast.
Visit HotUtils.com to learn more. That's HotUtils.com. And go ahead and spice up your Galaxy of Heroes experience.
Podawans, be sure to support the shows brought to you on the Escape Podcast Twitch and YouTube channel by becoming a Patreon. For as little as $2 a month, you can support us and get a little extra for yourself. with tiered rewards including access to Shitty Bill's Arena tracking bot, after-show access, inclusion in the GA Center leaderboards, behind-the-scenes access, and much more. There is something for everyone on our Discord server. Head on over to Patreon, that is patreon.com/The Escape Pod, and sign up today. Thank you for supporting and listening to the Escape Podcast.
Back to school. The Escape Pod, cast for kids. It's really cool.
Hello there, Padawans, and welcome back to Storytime with Uncle Thad and the Escape Podcast for kids. Tonight we're doing something special. You may not have noticed, but a new trailer came out this week, and it's kind of a big deal. That's right, the trailer for Obi-Wan Kenobi series has launched, and fans have lost their collective minds. I know I did. So with that, and with some special permission from the powers that be, thanks Paul, thanks Nev, tonight I'm going to speculate wildly as to what characters we could be getting from the upcoming Kenobi series. Now, I'm going to start with the baddies. Now, first and foremost, we are looking at the fifth brother. We know that Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes and the devs have been focusing on the Inquisitorius. We first saw the fifth brother in Star Wars Rebels, and personally, I like the fifth brother because of his exceptional fashion sense. Gray looks good on everyone, but clearly, that hat, he's trying to imitate Hondo Ohnaka, and who could blame him? Now, we know that he spent much of his time facing down the Phoenix Squad with Ezra and crew, and so maybe it's possible that the fifth brother will be the weakest of all the Inquisitors and will be designed to fight specifically against Ezra and the Phoenix crew, which would kind of be sad, unless the Phoenix got a much needed rework. Next up, we have the third sister. Now, we don't know much about the third sister just yet. What we know is that she is also called Reva. Now, the trailer spent an awful lot of time showing her and kind of a lot of her different feats and abilities. She seems like she might be the main Inquisitor focusing or searching after Obi-Wan, or specifically just on Tatooine. One thing that is interesting about the third sister is that her lightsaber doesn't have the same double-bladed, spinny, composition that most of the other Inquisitors have. If you go back and you take a look at that, that's kind of something unique. So I'm wondering if that might play a role. Now, next up, obviously, the Inquisitors have to travel in style. We did get a ship that looks very similar. It has this vibe of the dark side. I mean, maybe that was just me judging it too harshly, but it seemed dark sidey. Now, I didn't get a really good look at it, but if you take a look at this, if you pay attention, what you will see is kind of a backside of the ship that has a very TIE Echelon feel. Now, again, I might be wrong. This could be something else, but we do know that the Inquisitors flew TIE interceptors, and so having an Inquisitor troop transport in the form of a TIE Echelon would make a lot of sense. Now, ultimately, we have to wait and see what kind of ship it is, because until they announce it, we don't know. But it would make sense. Now, before I get to the two most important characters that are likely to be coming from the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, I've got to throw in some honorable mentions here. I've got young Luke, Owen Lars, and Aunt Viv. What do we call her? That's right, Aunt Beru. Now, I don't know what a young Luke would look like in battle, but I'm kind of feeling that Owen Lars and Aunt Beru would have this ability where they kind of like warm up, and as the battle continues, they eventually just burst into flames. I don't know how it would work out. I'm still figuring out the details. The last two characters that I haven't mentioned are Vader and Obi-Wan himself. I do think that we are getting a new Vader. Fully suited, fully optimized Vader. This is going to be Darth Vader in his prime. Darth Vader in every hallway scene we have ever seen him in, or even never seen him in. He's going to be powerful. He's going to be angry. And it's very possible we could actually see him using some force powers we haven't seen in the game yet. Now, finally, we've got to go with the titular character. That is right, Kenobi. But I think what we're going to see is a hermit Kenobi. At least first off. We could see other things. I'm thinking that it's likely we'll just get one Kenobi from this series. But this kit, in my mind, will kind of have a hermit Yoda, at least in concept, old Ben, and maybe a little of that Spitfire that we saw in the fighting pits on Geonosis. I don't think that we'll see a fully amazing, powerful attacking character. I think we'll see a supportive character who does attack periodically. Unlike Hermit Yoda, I think that this character will have some fight to him left. But we'll have to see. Now, that's it for me this week. Stay tuned next week for more story time with Uncle Thad on the Escape Podcast for Kids. Hello, friends. This is Thaddeus from Going Nerdy, and I approve this message and am compensated for signups for this service.
The world's largest audiobook library is at your fingertips, and the Escape Pod Castaways wants you to try it for free. Head on over to escapepodcastaways.com and click the Going Nerdy offer button to claim a free audiobook and 2 Audible originals. Cancel anytime, and it's absolutely free to sign up. Check out Audible and support the Escape Pod Castaways. All for free. See Audible website for details. Restrictions may apply.
Hey there, listeners. Merchandise specialist Critty K here. Do you enjoy the Escape Pod and want to support the channel and get something a little extra for yourself as well? Head on over to tpublic.com/user/theescapepodcast and grab a Team Neil, Team Paul, Critty Play, or many other fun Padawan designs on your choice of shirt, cup, sticker, mask, or even a magnet. And be sure to check out the Mrs. Anthony Shirts channel on the Escape Podcast Discord and get the latest info on the other designs I make as well. Sometimes there's even a sale going on, so it is smart to stop on by. Thank you for supporting the Escape Pod Cast.
Attention, we are receiving an incoming transmission. Attention. Attention. We are receiving an incoming transmission.
And welcome back to the show, ladies and gentlemen. This week's incoming transmission has a twist. Paul, tell us what the twist is.
Oh, that twist is the fact that they're just a community member, just, like you and I used to be. They have dabbled in content creation. They're an awesome person who loves to help other people. We just so happened to have a disagreement on Facebook, and so I challenged them to come on the show, and they accepted. Ladies and gentlemen, coming out of Missouri, he's going into cybersecurity, but he is the owner of the only Relic 9 Nute Gunray, the aptly named Nute Gunray. Welcome to the show, Nute. How are you?
I'm pretty all right. Thanks for having me on.
Not a problem.
How are you?
I'm doing well, man. My question to you is, let's get people acquainted with you. The first question would be, how long have you been playing Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, and what's your account? And then finally, Nev wants to know if he can give you a free-to-play card. I'm thinking with a Relic 9 Nute, probably not, but we'll find out.
I started, I want to say the exact day was January 28th of 2018, I think.
Okay, so about 4 years.
Mm-hmm. I originally had started in 2016, but I lost that account, and I quit for a year. Yeah, so, and I came back when I found out they were giving away free Kylos. It's like, oh, good enough.
So, what size account do you have? What's your division in GAC?
I just actually hit 4 million a couple weeks ago.
Okay, so possibly he's free to play. Are you aquatic in any form?
I would say so.
All right. So you're on my side of the millennial fulcrum. It's okay.
I've spent a little bit.
Even just once, Neil puts a punch in your card. So
yeah. So what? So you started the account from scratch and spent on it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
obviously after ditching your previous accounts.
Yes.
And being out of the game for a year.
Correct.
Yeah.
So what did you focus on? Did your previous experience for that 1 year before the year of inactivity, did that influence you in any way? Did you or did you start looking things up? What was your goal when you restarted?
I didn't really have a goal when I restarted, which led to me not even owning Phoenix until after I bought the hyperdrive bundle.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What did you go after that?
It was a bit late for Phoenix. I didn't even get thrown until then.
What were you going after in that? The hyperdrive bundle didn't come out till what? A year and a half ago, maybe 2.
That sounds about right.
So
how long have you been playing this 4 mil GP account for then?
4 years.
4 years.
Yes.
Constant or on and off?
Pretty constant.
Okay.
I say this past year, there's about a month break or so. That's about it.
So you ended up, you have the only Relic 9 Nute Gunray.
Yes.
Do you have any other Relic 9s, or was this,
It is my only Relic 9 also. And it was absolutely worth it.
Well, I mean, we talk, Neil, don't we talk about Zareth calling Nute Gunray Galactic Legend Nute?
Yeah.
It's
he does.
So it's understandable, because the fact that he does have that revive is quite key to keep spreading around, the payoffs for everybody else. What possessed you to do this?
Mostly the reason that I've built my online personality around Nute, which only happened because I got some shit for it when instead of relicking someone normal in a Grievous team, I relicked Grievous and then I relicked Nute and left my droids at gear 12 at first.
Okay, so you kind of were the proprietor of the Nute team. I put Nute, on my territory war team. I'll put Nute down and keep Droidica for some separatists, for possible offense. So I can totally understand using Nute in that situation.
My Nute is gear 11, and he'll probably stay gear 11 forever.
That's fair. He does what he needs to at gear 11.
I use him on defense in GAC. That's it. Nute Dooku. That's it. Nothing else. That's the only time I use him is on defense in GAC with Dooku. So it's like, and he steals banners and he gets holds. So I don't feel the need to do anything to Nute Dooku, to Nute Gunray at all. Unless they give him a nom-nom. If they give him a nom-nom that does something interesting for separatists, maybe I'll take him to gear 12. But gear 12 would be the absolute limit,
So the thing that caused me to kind of want to bring you on the show is there was a post on one of the Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes Facebook groups that a new player was like, posted a picture of the Stormtrooper Han and said, "Is the Zeta worth it?" I think that was it, right?
I could find the post real quick. It'll only take me a second if you want me to.
Yeah, do that, because I want to give accurate information here. But I think I think it was. Oh, you found it. Okay, so what was the post itself?
So he was talking about how he unlocked the First Order tank, and then he mentioned he won't be long until he was done with Stage 3 of CLS's event.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know where the Zeta came from.
And then somebody commented Zeta Han.
Yeah,
and
I
then
see that.
You commented, "Don't do it." And I was like, it's one of the best end game Zetas. I mean, he is a huge tank, especially post nerf. He is a pretty high end tank. And Neil, wasn't your first Zeta Han?
Mm-hmm, yeah, but that's before I even knew what Zetas were. I just had 20 of them, and it's like, well, what characters can I do? And I thought, oh, Stormtrooper Han, that's a character I use a lot in the game. This, you got to remember, this is the first 12 months of the game. Okay, this was the first, maybe the 1 year point of the game, and I just decided, I had the Zeta, and it's like, what does it do? How many of them do? I didn't even realize I was getting the damn things, so I was just like, yeah, sod it. I'll put it on. I'll put it on Stormtrooper Han. Yeah, absolutely. Why the hell not? Because it seemed interesting, to recover 5% protection every time he gets damage is at the time seemed okay. And since I was using him a lot in the Rancor raid at the time, and I was using him a lot in Squad Arena. I figured, yeah, sod it, why not? Bearing in mind, he's still the same Gear 11 Han that he was when I put the Zeta on him as well. So 5 years on, he's still Gear 11, and he's still got the Zeta on.
But he's still getting you holds, is the thing that I was going to point out.
I mean, I still use him in. I'm just trying to think what squad I use him in. Actually, I do use him in a squad on defense in GAC. Hang on a minute. Let me just scroll down. Oh, there he is. So yeah, I use him in a Scoundrels. I use him in a Scoundrels team. I use him, Mission and Zalbar with Cara Dune and Memphis Nest, and it strips banners. It constantly strips banners because Han taunts, he tanks, and then the AoEs from Nest and Cara Dune just strip away those banners. Usually 5, but it never gets a firm hold because Gear 11 team. But people look at a Gear 11 team with a Stormtrooper Han in the lead, and they don't realize the Zeta, and then they go, "Oh, I can use a C team against this," and it's like, no, you can't. You need to use a B team.
Dickie Darkside says he has a Relic 5 Stormtrooper Han, and it's a staple on his Nute team, ironically. But what was what are your thoughts on that? What was your reasoning for trying to discourage him from the Zeta, if you will?
Okay, so sure, I can see it being useful in late game, but where he's at, he looks like he could be getting pretty close to unlocking CLS, and I know from previous posts that he is early game. I feel it'd be better to save those Zetas for when he unlocks CLS, rather than give it to Stormtrooper Han.
Which Zetas are you? Which Zetas for you are kind of the must-haves beyond any legendary characters like CLS?
Can you elaborate on that?
Like other than the Revens and the CLS, JKL.
So non-legendary.
Yeah, non-legendary. Zetas. What is your first, second, and third Zetas that you would probably say? And there's no wrong answer here, and because this is all pundits talking.
First, second, and third Zetas. I'd probably have to say Vader's Merciless Massacre is up there. Even though he's been nerfed, it's still very good. I do really like Pietz.
Okay.
His unique. Really gives troopers a lot more viability.
All Imperial Trooper Zetas are important. Every single one of them. You've got to put the Zeta on
you can
all
probably
the
ignore
Imperial
Starks
Troopers.
and Death Troopers. Because Death Trooper Zeta only affects if he's with Krennic, right?
Yeah, no, I'm talking your standard Imperial Trooper team. So
yes,
Viz, Stark, Piet, Gideon, Dark Trooper. That team, fully Zeted at Gear 11 with trash mods, will ruffle stomp over all types of Relic teams. It just turns the turn meter train on anything. They just don't get a go. Night Sisters, obvious one. Geos, the second obvious one. It'll do a BAM team. As long as you're faster than Queel, it'll do a BAM team. But yeah, I mean, it'll even do a Revan team if it's fast enough. It'll turn over a Darth Revan team. So that's how important. So I would say that's how important I would say the non legendary non-GL Zetas are for Imperial Troopers. But that's just me.
So let's talk this Relic 9 Nute real quick here. You are the only one Relic 9 Nute Gunray that I see. There are 36 other characters, according to SWGOH, that only one person owns a Relic 9 version of. The most Relic 8 character would be the Geonosian Spy, but there's only one person with a Relic 9 Spy, of all things. Do you know any of the other people in the community that have any of these vanity Relic 9s?
Does someone have a Relic 9 Mob Enforcer?
Mob Enforcer. Let me take a look to see if the Mob Enforcer has made it on. No, that is the least relic character overall.
I know it's the least relic character.
Yeah. So it is. Nobody has There's only 3 people that have Relic 9 Mob Enforcers.
Yeah, I think I might.
Relic 8. I'm sorry, Relic 8.
I know one of them with a Relic 8.
I might Relic 9 my Mara one day. If I had the resources just like that, I would totally Relic 9 Mara.
Well, you would be the 6th person. I've gotten a lot of
use out of her with her Omicron.
I would simp so hard on her if I had Relic 9 resources just sat in my inbox right now. I would so do Mara to Relic 9.
You would be the 6th person to have a Relic 9 Mara Jade.
Really?
Yes,
Ooh.
there are 5 people out there that already have a Relic 9.
There are 5 people out there that love Mara Jade more than me. That's about right. There's only 5 or 6 more people out there that love Mara more than I do.
Well, no, you've only taken her to 5, right?
Yeah, I took her to 5, yeah.
Well,
I was originally going to take her straight to 7, but then I realized that if I did that, I wouldn't have Palpatine wasn't relicked at the time, so I was like, I could take her to 7, or I could, let the red mist descend, not be silly, and relic 7 Mara and have a crappy Palpatine. So I decided, no, sod it. I'll put my remaining relic. I was able to take Palpatine to relic 3.
There are 189 people that love Mara Jade just a little more than you with relic 6. There are 656 people that love her even more at relic 7.
Mm-hmm.
And 277 people that have her at relic 8.
Oh, well, I mean, here's the thing. I'm tempted to do it just so that I never, ever, ever have to use a GL against GL Ray, like ever again, because she survives. At relic 5, she survives the whirlwind as long as she's got 20 stacks of Emperor's Hand. But I imagine you'd probably need less than that if she was a higher relic level. So yeah, I would definitely. I mean, I'll still take her to 7 at some point, but whether I would have the kahunas to take her to 9, like Nute took Nute to 9, is it would depend if I had the resources. It really, really would. But taking her to 7 is still very, very important because I like I said, I like to have the squad for GL Ray, so I never have to waste a GL taking her out in GAC. Like, ever.
my first Relic 9 just happened, Nute, and I went Piet because of the Executor, which is almost the most Relic 9 character.
When I was choosing between my Relic 9s, it was Nute, Piet, or Sith Eternal.
Gotcha. Oh no, Relic Admiral Piet is the most Relic 9 character at 7,167. So
I almost did Piet because that's what I'm working on right now, is working towards Executor.
So let's as a member of the community, we want to pick your brain as well. What were your thoughts when Legends characters first came out?
I don't know. I didn't have too much of an opinion. I kind of kept trying to focus on what I was doing.
Working on the
I was like, well, right. It's like, well, there's more stuff. That's great. I'm not going to get to it yet.
So there was no like, oh my gosh, I can't believe they brought them to the game. It was all okay.
No.
Things
Pretty
as
much.
usual. So where are your Legends characters currently?
Haven't been touched much.
Haven't been touched. Okay, so you're not actively going for Star Killer or anything.
I was considering after Executor maybe going to Star Killer. The only one I've really put much into is Mara Jade. The other 3 haven't been touched though.
Gotcha. And why Mara?
Mostly the Omicron.
Okay. Totally understandable. Neil likes his nom nom for Mara.
I haven't done the Omi on her because I don't care about team sports. I spend all my my nom noms on GACs because that's where my crystal income is.
Well, I wasted my first Omi just because I wanted to put one on Sidious. No real reason for it. I just wanted to give it to him.
There you go. So when I had you come on, there's a project that you just recently worked on that you're very excited about. You want to go ahead and plug that project?
Oh yeah. So I just finished helping someone set up a Discord server for the Old Republic faction. We have still a couple more things we need to do, but it's pretty much ready. There's an invite to it in the Galaxy of Heroes event server right now. You can find it there. Just trying to gain traction.
Yeah,
for it.
Yeah, seeing passionate community members talk about their favorite factions is always great. That's how we met. That's how we met Clash with the Scoundrel server. That's how we've met tons of great creators. So, we're very excited for that. You also have started to put a little bit more stuff on your Infinite Gaming thing. We're excited to see if you decide to bring that back up.
I did want to try to.
Yeah.
This year, but I just haven't had the time to really mess with anything of it.
But when you do, just let us know. We'll make sure people know. I promise you that.
Appreciate it.
So,
and I mentioned before, my first Zeta was a bit of an interesting one. It was General Veers.
General Veers, okay. That's the lead Zeta, right? That's the Imperial Trooper team.
It's the lead.
Not a bad one in my opinion, because I can go up against I've got some relics, but not all relics on an Imperial Trooper team. I go up against a huge Imperial Trooper team or bounty hunter team with my Imperial troopers just wipes them out. You know, it's a staple in my GAC offense. So, Neil, any final questions for our guest at all?
No, we'll let this gentleman get off and bring you-know-who on.
Bring on the Jigabachi. All right, guys.
Bring on the Jigabachi.
If you have not seen it yet, the latest episode of Dickie and the Noob, along with their sponsor, will be coming up in this break. And then, after we're done, we raid the Gridsy session that will have SB Crumb, Doja, and friends, they say, on that show. We're expecting a big announcement. We cannot wait to watch it with you. There has been nothing on the forums. They are keeping this close to the vest. I'm excited, Neil.
Oh, yes. I think everybody's excited.
All right. We'll be right back after these messages right here on the Escape Podcast.
HotBot in HotUtils is one of the most comprehensive tools for Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes.
With integration into the super useful mod tool Grand Ivory, HotUtils can help you tackle some of the most difficult aspects of the game.
Not sure how to mod your roster for a certain game mode?
Use one of the many filters that automatically assigns the right mods to the right character in accordance with your guild needs.
Now with additional features that can assist you and your guild officers in territory battles and territory wars, HotUtils is an amazing value.
And don't forget the useful tools for yourself in Grand Arena, like the in-depth and customizable compare feature.
Got multiple accounts like Neil, but not the time to remod them all?
With this one-stop utility, you can switch between your alts and never miss a mod upgrade or a mod switch before locking into GAC or territory wars.
Starting at just $5 a month, you don't want to miss out on these great tools.
HotUtils is the new official remodding service for the Escape Pod cast.
Visit HotUtils.com to learn more. That's HotUtils.com. And go ahead and spice up your Galaxy of Heroes experience.
Podawans, be sure to support the shows brought to you on the Escape Podcast Twitch and YouTube channel by becoming a Patreon. For as little as $2 a month, you can support us and get a little extra for yourself. With tiered rewards including access to Shitty Bill's Arena tracking bot, after-show access, inclusion in the GA Center leaderboards, behind-the-scenes access, and much more. There is something for everyone on our Discord server. Head on over to Patreon, that is patreon.com/The Escape Pod, and sign up today. Thank you for supporting and listening to the Escape Podcast.
Today's episode of Dickie and the Noob is sponsored by the Canadian Department of Mobile Gaming. More from them after the episode. On last month's Dickie and the Noob, Dickie found out that Noob used to be Hondo Ohnaka's protocol droid. He devised a plan with Yarmo to access Noob in safe mode and uncover his past. Alright Yarmo, so we should have access to his memories now? How does this work? Okay, so Noob, what is your name?
N00B.
Okay, good. Can you tell me when you were first activated?
2019.
And who activated you?
Hellenics. # shameless self-promotion.
Good. Do you remember anything before you met Hellenics?
Does not compute.
Yarmo, this isn't working. Anything you can do here?
Good. Remember, go black. Oh, boy.
Okay, Noob, do you remember Hondo Ohnaka?
Hondo Transport Solutions.
Awesome, that's the name of Hondo's front shipping company. Do you remember where it is?
Stu John.
Great. Do you remember being on Stu John?
I was Hondo's protocol droid counting cards. He used to have me count cards for him. Roger.
Uh-oh, I think he's turning into one of those old separatist battle droids.
R0G3R security droid. He's the one who sent me to the scrap heap. Revenge. Revenge.
All right, cool. We might be actually getting somewhere. Do you remember anything? Does Hondo actually live on Stujon? Does he have a house there?
Hondo lives on the mothership.
Okay, well, we live on it now. Is there anything you can think of that might help me locate Hondo?
Fish.
Cool, so like his favorite fishing spot?
He smells like fish.
Okay, that really doesn't help at all. If Hondo were to go into hiding, where do you think he would go?
Secret door in the warehouse.
Like a safe house?
No one is safe. Death awaits.
Okay, that's not ominous at all. Do you remember where this warehouse is?
On the shore of Kenobi Lake. Lake full of Ravanax. Do not go swimming.
I'll keep that in mind. Is there anything else you can think of? Associates on Stujon?
Pirates Guild. Although they may want to kill me, I'm actually pretty sure they want to kill me.
What did you do, noob?
Unclear. Memory fragmented.
Yarmo, a little help?
Oh, boy.
Protocol 808 activated.
What's Protocol 808?
Complete hard wipe of all memory banks.
No, noob, stop.
Protocol 808 halted. Progress 68%. R0G3R. Roger.
Roger? Wait, why am I saying Roger? And why are you guys in my room?
It kind of seemed like you were having a nightmare. We just came in to see, if you were doing okay.
I am a droid. We don't dream. This is weird. How embarrassing.
All right, noob, no need to get all worked up. Power down and get some rest. We'll be in Stujon soon.
Stujon? Why do I suddenly crave Ravanac oil?
Have you ever been to Stujon?
Can't say that I have.
All right, noob, glad you're okay. Get some rest, and I'll wake you up when we get to the planet. Tune in next time to find out what our heroes discover on Stujon. And now, a word from our sponsor, the Canadian Ministry of Mobile Gaming.
Hey buddy, I am the Canadian Minister of Mobile Gaming. And do you like free-to-play hero collector games? Well, the Canadian Ministry of Mobile Gaming is very proud to present Canada Galaxy of Hoses. Now I can hear you saying, hey guy, what's this all about? Well, Canada Galaxy of Hoses takes your favorite Canadians, arms them with hockey sticks, and pits them against each other in battle. There's several exciting factions such as your favorite Canadian comedians like Jim Carrey, Tom Green, Norm Macdonald, Mike Myers, and Seth Rogen. Or your favorite musicians, Neil Young, Celine Dion, Michael Bublé, Alanis Morissette, and Geddy Lee. We promise to never bring Nickelback to the game. How about your favorite movie stars, guy? Michael J. Fox, Kiefer Sutherland, Hayden Christensen, Nathan Fillion, and William Shatner. Your favorite Canadian athletes is just a bunch of hockey players. And of course, your favorite mobile gamers such as Stylar, SWGOH Yeti, Ricky P, Andy Beads, and some guy named Dickie Darkside. Collect them all and you could unlock our legendary faction, Sexy Ryans, with Ryan Reynolds and Ryan Gosling. And even our first galactic legend, Canadian Jesus himself, Keanu Reeves. And hey friend, we're adding new characters every month that you can collect for absolutely free. 6 to 9 months after release. Or you can pay low sum of $50 to unlock them immediately. So what are you waiting for? Download Canada Galaxy of Hoses for your BlackBerry device. Download it today and use the promo code Poutine to get 4 free quarts of maple syrup to max out your characters, and you'll get 1 hero for free. Scott, Canada Galaxy of Hoses, only for your BlackBerry device. Find out what it's all about today, friend. Hey buddy, get this. I just told them that we're gonna give them Scott for free. They don't know that Scott sucks. Nobody likes Scott. And get this, I told them that $50 was a low price to pay for 1 character in a mobile game. What do you mean some games charge up to 10 times that? Seriously? Get me the marketing department on the phone right now. You're still recording. Shut the camera off.
And now, it's time for Getting Jigabachi with It on the Escape Pod Cast.
And welcome back to the show, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to get jiggy with Jigabachi. Hello,
Guys.
Mr. Jigabachi.
How are you gentlemen doing?
Doing all right. Welcome into the fourth segment. Thank you for joining us this week. We appreciate you.
Yeah, this is my favorite week of the month in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes.
Light side territory battles. That's
Yes.
right, because you are unabashedly and very deservedly the Cam Whisperer.
Cam Whisperer.
It is like people take passionate about certain things and certain things. I love mods. I am passionate about it. I love doing light side geo. I don't know. I'm crazy. I love doing it. It's my favorite thing to do in the game. So
yeah,
it's unfortunate that
We got to have
BlueStacks is
something
unreliable.
you love in the game.
How are
What's
you
that?
doing so far this week?
I am through P3. I'm at 53 waves. I missed the two missions in the ships in P3. I failed them both, the special mission and the CM, and I got a 204 with one of the missions in P3. So my Padme Cat team, which has been the lockdown team for me for 3 months. I got Cat one shot by a DDK right off the start. I was like, wait, no, I want her.
Yeah, I absolutely hate it when that. Oh, it's because you're like, oh, for God's sake, because you're looking at it and you're going, we're in 1 of 4. I've got to do 3 waves without that character. And
Hold on. I'm going to caveat to that. No, because it's the mechanic of the event, and there's other ways that you could prevent it by taking other lineups, doing other stuff like that. I don't have a problem with the mechanics of the event being difficult or being challenging. Game crashes. That's the stuff that I can't handle. It's like when the game doesn't play correctly or when the mechanics don't work correctly, I can't do. I can do something being difficult. Like Lord Vader at the end of section 4. Yeah, he is in nightmarish pain, but you have to have the right stuff to be able to tackle it to beat him.
Our guest today, Nute Gunray, says, my guild is doing hot this time around. Going for max stars, haven't missed one yet, so going strong so far. That is awesome.
There's guilds that do like the Hoths for culture reasons, like, hey guys, let's take a month off. I think there was like a bunch of guilds that during the holiday, the Xmas holiday, that did that.
We did Hoths for the holidays.
A bunch of people that they wanted some snow for Christmas, so they went back to Hoth.
Yeah, and I think that's and in that regard, I think it's great. I mean, there's been talk, like one person said in my guild, they were like, "Hey, we're gonna go. Do you have any interest in doing Hoth?" And like, yeah, you can get out of here. Because we have like a competition like with waves and all this other stuff. It is a bunch of guys having a ton of fun in Light Side Geo in my guild.
Well, I must admit that there is a prospect. It's not going to happen because Light Side Territory Battles is going on now, but the guild that I'm in at the moment is going to be merging with about 15 people who are all top players that are looking for a better guild. So, we were a 340, 350 mil GP guild, and then our top 15 left, and the 15 that we got were not like the 15 that left. So the opportunity has come back around to, up our game and go back to what it was before.
Have you ever played us in TW?
Probably not.
We would
might have
obliterate you.
we might. I mean, we might have back when we had Van Seal and Durgan in the guild, because we used to have Van Seal and Durgan, but they moved on to bigger guilds. So we might have faced you then, but certainly not recently. We're lucky if we get 40 people in territory wars.
I faced you, Paul, right? didn't I?
Your guild wiped the floor with our guild. Yes.
You guys got one zone. I think it was brutal.
2. We got 2, and if we should have went the other way, and we would have done better, but we misplayed it.
Yeah, we are for our GP range. We are the hunters. I think there's only 2 guilds in our GP range that are close to us in ranking at all, I think. And there we know them, they know us. We just haven't faced them yet, you know. We've lost once in the last 3 years, I think. Just once.
So,
anyways,
because we've been having some technical issues with the stream today, I think we should get to the Patreon's questions real quick. We only have one so far, but if anybody has the points, you're more than welcome to add a question into the thing, and then send it over to Hynesy in the Gridsy session. I've tuned in. I just want to point out that Crumb is he's got a background of him on a boat. So I think it could be a ship, Neil. I think that's the hint.
Booster Terek. Right, Booster Terek, a scoundrel / bounty hunter capital ship.
There we go. Yeah, to mess with the Executor.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, because then everybody would be like, oh, so I can put my bounty hunters on that. And then everybody switches to Empire with the Executor, and everything just goes nuts.
All right.
The meta just goes
and
nuts.
by the way, it also appears that Crumb has gotten a haircut. No more long hair for Crumb.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's going to be interesting to see.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see.
I guess upper management called him up and clowned on him.
The question that Salacious Dumb has asked: if Bosk had your scent, where would you hide? A Gamorrean water closet, under a pile of dead Geonosians, or Zero the Hutt's mud bath? I'd go with the mud bath.
Geonosians.
Okay, Neil, you're going with the Geonosians. I'm going with the mud bath because it would be good for the skin.
It saved Arnold Schwarzenegger in South America. I'm going with the mud.
So
dude, that was dangerous, man. Invisible, yeah. The Predator, original Predator, was the mud.
Yeah, it was the mud.
So it was the mud.
You couldn't see me.
Jigabachi, what?
Come on,
how many? How many attempts at cam have you done so far?
47, and I've personally sat through 47 today and yesterday. And then I'm not even sure how many I'll sit through. I have 2 people actually waiting for me to leave this podcast that I'm going to do 2 tonight. And then I'm sitting in with another guild tomorrow. Famous Kate Gaming's guild. I'm sitting in with her guild tomorrow, and I'm doing mods, loadouts, and then all of their cams, as many of them as they want to. So I'm super excited. It sounds like a lot of fun. You know, I get to meet some new people. You know what I mean? They have no idea what they're getting into.
Oh, you know what? I've just, when we first started doing this segment, we were talking about, we need some fun cutesy type of ad for Mr. Jigabachi. I think I've just had an epiphany, even though I'm not sat on my epiphany toilet. What you should do so that we can run is a funny ad where you do it like a used cars salesman, but for the cam mission for Lightside GOTB. I've got your mods. I'm crashing my voices down.
The funny thing here's the really funny thing about both the cam mission and Lightside Geo. I posted on Reddit, I want to say 2 years ago, I think, right after Lightside Geo came out, that I was like, oh, this is so exciting. It's so difficult. And I got downvoted into the nether world of that. And so I've tried to post on there like, oh dude, Lightside Geo is really fun. It's really difficult and it doesn't always go as you want, but it's fun. And then people are just like, you're a complete jerk and all you are is a fanboy. I'm like, wait a minute, how am I a fanboy because I want challenging content? Whatever.
No, hey mate, the same thing happened with the Elden Ring. a bunch of people came out and gave it a bad review because it was difficult. It's like, it's supposed to be difficult. It's supposed to be challenging. It's meant to be hard. Just because you can't do it doesn't mean you say, oh, it's crap. I can't do it, so it's crap.
Well,
Ridiculous.
I have watched Grid do Elden Ring, and the best thing about Elden Ring is not actually the game. It's watching streamers' faces when they get wrecked for like the 4th or 5th time in a row. And you can tell that there's part of that, like, I need to get up and take a break because I'm at my limit break for my ability to be able to withstand emotional punishment. And he's got that face. And I just look at him in the face and I was like, yeah, boy, you sit there in that chair and you take that.
That is how I was with the Sonic races in Lego Dimensions. Yeah. It took me 5 hours to do the 5 races.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah, it's I know that's like is that a twisted way of looking at it? Maybe
no, it's a good. I understand I understand that feeling. So it's
Grid gets frustrated so easily.
It's hilarious.
So easily. How many times has he quit GAC live at this? I'm done. I'm just done. I'm done.
Well,
I'm done.
he does. He's never actually left GAC. Like, he keeps going at it, but he does the verbiage that says like, "Oh, I'm done with this. It's frustrating," and stuff like that. The only person that's quit it is me.
No. Bulldog still holds the record. He quit 3 times and he was back 3 times within a month of quitting.
Oh, did he really? Wow.
Yeah.
So, Jig, do you have any openings right now for cam help? And if so, how do people get in touch with you?
If you would like to do I love you, Frosty. Sorry. Everybody knows that my safe word is actually deeper, so whatever. That's a tangent of tangents. What you would do is just drop in my Discord, and then usually there'll be a blast for me at the beginning of the month, right before Lightside Geo starts, of like saying, hey, tell me a time, because not all guilds do it in P3. Like, even Steven, like, my guild does cam right on P3, and my guild is like reserve right. First day is 12 hours. That's mandatory sit for me, because my guild comes first. You know what I mean? I put a lot of effort into helping my guild, but for like any other time, you just have to set up an appointment with me and I'll take care of it. Yeah. And you just join my Discord to do that.
Surfboard of Style.
Yep. Surfboard of Style. So it's discord.gg//surfboard of Style.
So just a slash, just one slash Surfboard of Style. Yeah, but yes, the link is in the show notes on both the podcast version and YouTube version. You guys could check it out.
And mind you, doing cam with me is not like this authoritarian regime where I stand over you and go, click on this button. It's very silly. It's very fun. It's lighthearted. There's no mod shaming. It's just us trying to work together to complete the mission.
There you go.
There's no mod shaming.
So, Neil, what do you got coming up on the Escape Podcast channel?
I don't have my GAC tomorrow. I'm going to be doing that immediately after the show. I'll share my screen on Discord so that people can laugh and watch me do GAC there. But on Sunday, it's my birthday.
Yeah, you spoiled that. I was going to say
Sunday
that at the end.
It's my birthday. I have purchased a bottle of Jim Beam, which will be getting cracked open. I am going to fire up the Zoom and invite everybody to my birthday party. Bring your own bottle. Nobody is touching my Jim Beam.
I'll bring the milk.
Which Jim Beam did you buy?
I bought the Jim Beam honey one. It's very nice.
Yeah.
Especially when you mix it with Dr. Pepper and cream soda.
What is up with the sodas this week? Everybody keeps like linking soda stuff. There's a link about Mountain Dew
because it lasts long. If I put 3 fingers of bourbon in a glass and just drank that on its own, the bottle of bourbon would go much, much faster. But if I put half a can of pop in with the 3 fingers of bourbon, I'm still sipping it at the same rate, so it lasts longer.
I feel like there's bourbon enthusiasts right now that have just fallen over dead listening to you say that.
Probably, it would not surprise me.
All right.
So that's going to be Sunday. That's Sunday evening. So if you've got school or work on Monday,
might not be a good idea because the Nev's going to be getting very, very drunk. There will be some very hot takes live on Sunday evening.
As long as our channel's still intact afterward, I'm happy.
Yeah, as long as it's still it'll still be intact afterwards. I mean, if my hot take is too hot, I'll just delete the episode. So yeah, there'll be a big hole in the. Hang on a minute, Nev was on Sunday. Why can't I watch the replay? So there'll probably be people there, clipping stuff because they know that I might have to delete the episode because I might say something,
uncouth.
All right. I might let my anarchy get the better of me, and I might say something, rational and reasonable that someone disagrees with.
All right. Coming up on Vault 37 Studios, we have gotten through the Star Wars Force Awakens. Our next, and Ninjago. Our next game is Lego Marvel Superheroes 2. And if you guys are interested in seeing the wife and I stream those, check us out on Vault 37 Studios on Twitch. We'd love to have you. Jig, Nev, anything before we hand it over to Hynesy?
Nothing from me, buddy.
Oh, really? We're going to that crazy town.
We're sending people to the Gridsy session with Crumb, Doja, and friends. Rambam's there, Ranger's there. It is going to be fun, and apparently the breaking news happens tonight. And
awesome.
as I'm looking forward to it. So
we'll still be in the after show.
We'll be in the after show watching, but hope you guys can join us. If you're a Patreon, hop into the after show. If you're a sub, hop into the after show. If you're not, join up. We'd love to have you. We appreciate the support. It's what keeps this channel running.
Everybody have a good weekend.
Yes.
Sorry for the interruption.
No, you're fine. As I say, be nice to each other, damn it. Neil?
Push the button.
Don't mind if I do.
What's going on? Where the hell are we? Paris?
Thank you for pressing the self-destruct button.
Attention! This is Colonel Forward command. Abandon ship! Abandon ship! All personnel proceed to escape pods. Close down the circuits. Evacuate the city. Self-destruct mechanism has been activated. Abandon ship! Where is it? Where is it? It's gonna be here. Out of order! Even in the future, nothing works.
This ship will self-destruct in exactly 10 seconds. Counting down. 10, 9, 8, 6.
What happened to 7?
Just kidding. 3, 2, 1. Have a nice day.
Thank you.
Hello, friends. This is Thaddeus from Going Nerdy. The Escape Podcast was filmed in front of a live studio audience full of tweaked out murder bears.
Sit, Boo Boo, sit. Good dog.